Hey guys, it's your girl, call me Kaya. I am here with Savannah.
Hey.
And she agreed to sit down with me. You popped up out of nowhere for me personally.
Vice versa.
So I was just very shocked because you know so many people that I know. And so I was like,
that's cool.
I I need to know.
It tends to happen like that in Cincinnati quite often.
The city's so small.
That's what everyone says. It's a small, big city.
It's like
because if you go somewhere else, they're like, oh my gosh, this city's amazing.
It's a big city, small community.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So,
it's a city.
Yeah, it is.
It's a city.
It is. But that's crazy. So
definitely a small community.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's good. Good way to put it, for sure.
I'm okay with things like that. I do things like that sometimes. I'm good at things like that sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah.
So you're a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you start dancing? Like, how did that begin for you?
Man, I feel like my mom put me in lessons when I was like 3 years old.
Okay.
And it's actually funny. It's a funny story because I also played soccer growing up. I loved being a soccer player, and
I never played. I wish I could. I'm so sad.
I loved it. I really loved it. I think I just loved, like, I really was able to feel like I could get my aggression out through it, just like running as fast as I could, and just being, I'm super competitive, so I loved that aspect of it. But when I was around like 13, 14, I was progressing in both of them, and I kind of had to make a choice. And so my mom really pushed for dance, and of course I just wanted to please her, so I went the dancer route, which is cool. I love it. It's been great for me to like express myself and a lot of other emotions, and just kind of stuck through it. I went to college at the University of Cincinnati for the dance team, kind of followed in my older sister's footsteps with that. And they were also really big in hip hop, and that was kind of something that I just felt really natural with, and was like the style that I connected to the most. So it was cool that I could go somewhere within my own hometown and be able to do something that I thought that I was good at.
Yeah. Was your mom a dancer?
She wasn't, but she always wanted to be. So I think that's why she really just like, she's like the typical stage mom, like so heavy into just like stardom, which is pretty annoying at times. But so she always pushed for like the entertainment and dance realm, which is just like, but I have to thank her, like, because that's where, I feel I have all my talent, and sometimes I tell people, like, that's all I know how to do. Like, I can't go into, I'm sure that I could go into a corporation or something and climb the corporate ladder, but I've found such an appreciation and passion for dance and everything entertainment that I just kind of kept going with it, and then all the opportunities started coming to make money with it, and I was like, okay, wow. It was funny because it was like, if I wasn't a kid star, then I couldn't do it, then I wouldn't be successful in it. So once I got to college and I didn't really progress with the degree or anything, I wasn't really supported by my mom or my family to do anything entertainment, because it was like, well, you're too old. They really fed into all the stereotypical kind of things that you hear.
You have to make it by this thing.
Right.
You don't.
Exactly. So that was a struggle within itself, and I'm sure we can elaborate more on that. But yeah, I just kept going with it, and it's been working out. Definitely continue to have, the struggles.
Yeah. What would you say was the hardest genre of dance for you to tackle?
Ballet. I think I always had a lot of power and muscle from soccer, from like running and sports, like, and my dad is super athletic, so he always pushed for the athleticism, and like he was the dad that was like sitting on the goal line, all right, get ready, but So I think that ballet and finding the like technical aspect of dance was really difficult for me. I didn't have natural flexibility. I still don't. I still don't. Because I was so muscular, everything was just like tight, you know.
Gotcha.
And so it was really hard for me to be flexible. It was hard for me to, you know, think about pointing my feet when I just wanted to jump high, you know. So but so I'd say ballet for sure. That was like the most important aspect. But it's cool because it kind of gave me an ability to step back and actually see it and learn about the technique. So I think that's what helped me progress as a teacher was like, I can't do this myself, but I know what needs to be done. My body doesn't naturally do this, but if you want it, I can help you get there because these are the things that I did when I saw progression.
How old were you when you started teaching?
I started teaching in 2009, so I would assist classes and stuff as like a junior in high school. And then I took some time off to study when I went to college. Mm-hmm. And then probably started back up with it around 2011.
So where do you teach?
I teach at Just Off Broadway, studio on the east side of Cincinnati. That's also where I grew up and trained for the most part. And I also teach anywhere that hires me. I've taught at Midwest Elite Dance Center. I teach at Cincy Dance Studio as well. I teach there Wednesday nights. I just have a hip hop class and an adult hip hop class, which is fun.
Do you do only adults or do you do kids?
Yeah, mainly kids, mainly 18 and under. And there's just a 1 hour adult class. And I've been working more towards getting progressing more towards like 18 and up, but at the same time I just love having a hand in the youth so much and just being a positive outlet for them. So it'll come.
Yeah, for sure. So let's take a break from dance because you also are creative in other ways. I saw you do your spoken word. And that's
like so fresh.
Is it?
Like sharing it.
Wow. Okay, so that was my question is how long have you been doing poetry or writing?
Yeah, I never considered myself to be a poet. When I was younger, I also took vocal lessons. My first lesson outside of just like a normal choir was 3rd grade.
Gotcha.
So I've been pretty well trained. I trained in like more of like a Broadway style. So I definitely have that background as well. And one of the things that I would have to do within my lessons was, you know, writing songs. And so I never felt that I was good at it, so I didn't practice it much. But in 2014, I just felt this like really creative spark kind of come around, and I really felt like I was kind of alone for the first time, and I felt truly that I only had myself to depend on myself for my thoughts. And I would say that was the first time that I was able to really connect to my conscious thoughts. And so this flow of creativity just came about, and I just sat at my computer and typed, and it was kind of like something was just taking over in my body. It was just like all my thoughts were pouring out into words, and the things that I shared, those are from 2014, and just now sharing them. I did put some music on them. They are on SoundCloud, but I don't share that. But
you should share them. I think that people can benefit from anyone's story, and if you're brave enough to share it,
right.
You know what I mean?
I've definitely been, I've been realizing that a lot more lately, and
especially because you can tell that when you do it, you can tell that it's coming from a genuine place. It's not something that was written almost, if that makes sense.
I appreciate that. That really means a lot. Something that was, once I kind of gained that conscious awareness, that was something that was really important to me. I was surrounded by a lot of people that I felt were fake and not genuine with their feelings. And, even when they would be like, oh, how are you doing? It was just a generic sort of conversations that were being had. And I hated that. I was, that was the biggest thing for me to want to get away from. And so to say that you felt the genuine aspect in that is cool.
I've seen it twice now.
Shots. To the next up figure Tommy Chuck's wearing free bands and miscellaneous chains. God damn, here we go again. Who's got the watch it in my time? I follow through my inner circle. I can't rest these mindful symmetries. I'm already seeing purple. Head up in the sky and I don't mind. It gets me by, so let me float until something better arrives.
And but I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. I appreciate you doing it. So tell me about the difference of like expression or release that you feel when you do your spoken word versus when you dance.
It is so different because dance is a physical aspect. It's telling a story through physical movement, and I can still feel a sense of shelteredness when I dance. It's like I don't have to use as much brain power, I guess. When I dance, I definitely feel more comfortable sharing that vulnerable side, I guess, because I have been doing it so much longer. When I do spoken word and share more of my lyricism, I just feel so much more bare for some reason. I think the fact of, I've never been one to really talk as well growing up. And I think everyone would be different, I'm sure someone who wasn't used to dancing would feel the same way, vice versa, as opposed to someone who speaks every day and is used to public speaking. But I was always an observer growing up. I always sat back and watched. It made me really analytical of situations, which I think helped with my awareness and stuff. But it is a completely different feeling when I do spoken word because I just feel stripped. I just feel like I'm just standing there, and it's like I literally only have the articulation of my words for people to feel me, as opposed to being able to, that's a completely different sense. They're using their hearing as opposed to their eyesight, which is something that most people have the ability to use every day.
Yeah, we're in such a visual era.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't have a video attached to it, like
yeah,
really cares.
that's so true.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, just using the different senses. And I think not a lot of people know how to listen, and so to be able to connect to someone through words, it's like I can feel it. I can feel when I'm connected to someone, like you can feel when you have someone's attention.
Yeah, you can.
And if you're not used to that, that can be scary. It can be really intimidating. And so I've been working really hard to just get over that factor, because I love sharing my words. Lyricism is for the past 5 years especially, even before that, the past 5 years is just something that I've been like constantly driving myself to like get over my fear and to work on my confidence with it. Because I do believe in my words, I do believe in my story, and it is my passion to help people who have been in a similar situation. I feel like I have overcome a lot in my life, so to be able to help someone else overcome the situation that they are going through is the ultimate goal and gift. Like, I just can't think of anything better to do, and if I have to do it through word and through dancing and through the arts, then so be it. But as long as I can get through somehow, that's really purposeful for me.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
That's
Yeah.
a little flower.
I try.
So we have dance, we have spoken word. How did we get into emceeing and DJing?
I'll start with DJing. I've always been, back from like when like Clockwork was in town and DJ D-Lo and like E-Train was on the scene and stuff like that. I was always just like behind them, just watching them. Like, I'd be of course lit, but like I'd just be like infatuated with their ability and like the physicality of watching them spin and then hearing it at the same time and being like, whoa, that sound came out of you doing that. Like, it was always just really interesting for me. And then DJ Wavy Mo, bless his beautiful little heart. I just love him so much. He's one of my He's one of my really good friends.
Shout out DJ Wavy Mo. I just recently met him.
He kind of took me under his wing and was like, we were just hanging out at the place that he practices at, and I'm like, I just want to like touch, like I just want to get on and like show me something. And I think having the background of dance and being able to count 5, 6, 7, 8 was just really helpful. And I've always had that background in music, so then it was just matching the physicality of it. And then shout out to DJ Primetime, much love to him. He gave me a table to just use and kind of helped me out with getting all of the equipment and everything. And so it just kind of came so fast, and I felt so much support. I think there was a really big lack of female DJs in the city.
Really is.
Yeah, and shout out to DJ Xanady.
I was going to say, she's the only one. There's like
DJ
one
Chaotic,
other. Yeah, I was going to say Chaotic.
Venus, of course April Rain, and sorry if I missed anyone, but those are the big ones that stick out to me. And they're all doing work, they're all killing it. I love Chaotic. I think she's the shit.
Yeah,
like,
she's
definitely
amazing.
look her up if you've not
She's
heard her
amazing.
mixes. But she does her thing, and everyone does. And so I just felt so much support with it that I couldn't stop. I couldn't just sit back. I felt like there was so many opportunities that have been like laid out for me. And I had always stepped back because of my lack of confidence. So I was like, you know what, like I'm new to this. It's been a year now since I've been DJing, and I think this month will mark the 1 year of me taking a gig. So
Congrats.
Thanks. So I just kind of, went with it, and I'm still learning a lot in the DJ realm for sure. I have a lot of technicality things that I need to work on and polish, but I've been taking my time with it because I think there's so many different ways to DJ. There's so many different styles that you can adapt to. I am really big on the vinyls. I love the vinyls. It feels good. It feels good getting the feedback when people find out that I do vinyls. So I definitely want to keep pushing with that. But as far as music and stuff, I have such a vast variety of things that I like that I find new stuff every week that I like. Ooh, I want to go this route. Ooh, I want to go this route. So I'm just kind of like trying to take it day by day and not push too much for that because I do have so many other things on my plate.
Yeah.
And then with the MC thing, my studio sent out a flyer that said I was not public speaking, not my thing at all. Speaking was not good at it at all, but I knew I had to get better at it. I knew I had to get better at expressing myself and expressing my feelings and expressing the things that I wanted. And so my studio had sent out a flyer to all the teachers saying that this competition was hiring. And so I was like, well, screw it. I went in and I applied for both judging and emceeing, and within the same day they emailed me back saying that I would have a phone interview the next 2 days or whatever. We scheduled the phone interview. And then they flew me out to Massachusetts to have a live audition sort of thing. It was with 8 other people. 5 of us made it through. And then, they flew me out to do these dance competitions.
I like that. I like that a lot. So tell me more about your role at El Sonic Radio.
So El Sonic, I have a segment every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. And that's another thing that has just been, I think my first segment was in August of last year. And that's another thing that has just been a huge blessing to be a platform for me to express my creativity and learn more about how I want to market and brand things. And so yeah, shout out to Danielle on that and the rest of the programmers. I've decided, I was just kind of doing a lot of different things, setting a different playlist, doing random mixes and stuff on there, but it's become something that I call female forward, and it's just pushing all of the female artists and MCs that are out there, and also has been really great to bring a platform for all the local artists. I think it has pushed, because last year it was like all of these little seeds sprouted from artistry. Like, it was crazy. I was just like, oh, wow, like, it was so beautiful. All of these people I'd never heard of before all of a sudden came out with like good polished music and albums, and I was astounded. Like, so I think the push of Ilsonic has also really helped the local artists, and that's part of the reason Danielle started it, was to be like, hey, this is our city. Like, we need to be the people who are pushing forth in the music industry. You know, there really isn't. Cincinnati has been such a big corporate city for so long, but there's so much talent within the city, and they don't have anywhere to go. So let's give them this, and that's been really cool, because that's also part of the reason I wanted to start DJing, was just to throw some mixes in from local artists in every once in a while.
Because people don't even realize that they like local music because they don't listen to it because of the local music.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. Like, the local music is really good.
Yeah, and I mean, there's like some music that's like not for everybody, but there's some music like that's in the industry as well. So.
Yeah.
I don't know, people are weird.
I think that, I just tweeted the other day that everyone thinks they're too big for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they get a little sense of being a big fish in a small pond, and they immediately want to go somewhere where there's a bigger outlet, and like, kudos to them, but take a little bit more advantage and bite a little bit more from what your city has to offer. So, artists in Cincinnati, it's coming. Keep doing your thing. All the creatives, you're being noticed.
And like more, I think honestly, genuinely, I think that's genuinely because more collaboration is happening. And I think that for like, we're such like a segregated, like, oh, if I rap and you rap,
there's one for everyone.
No, that's like,
I've been finding that, so I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's been really hard to collaborate with dancers within the city.
Really?
And at the same time, it's like, there isn't much. Yes, the music is growing, so you're finding more people like more willing to come out and collaborate and everything. But like with dancers, like that culture hasn't really cultivated yet.
Yeah, that's why I was really interested in interviewing you, because I did not like. So I dance, but I'm not a dancer. You know what I mean? So like, I danced as a kid.
Yeah.
And like, I was one of those people that would like make choreography up in their room and stuff like that. But like, I don't, like, I'm not like a dancer. You know what I mean? Like, but so I watch choreography videos. I follow choreographers like on Instagram and stuff. So like, when you popped up, I was like, there's a dancer. Like when shout out Alan for president, aka Pops. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's just good soul.
I know. Follow him everywhere.
Literally everywhere.
Everywhere. He's gonna. I believe in him so much.
He's amazing.
His music is dope. His personality is dope. His movement is dope.
Yes.
Like,
and he's just so powerful.
You're going places.
And he'll work with anyone. I'll never forget.
Oh yeah.
I'll never forget this. And this is a great story. He came to my house. So he featured on one of my episodes. I also have a review show. I don't know if I told you that.
Okay.
But I also have a review show where I review local albums and mixtapes. And it's really fun.
Cool.
I actually was going to ask you to feature on it because I have special guests.
I love that.
Yeah, so we review it. There's 5 categories. It's a whole thing. But
that's cool.
So me and A4P reviewed Jamie Shade's project, The Toxic, that came out.
Okay.
So he came over and I didn't live here yet. He came to my home, and at the time I had a studio in the basement. And so we had finished shooting, and my ex's little brothers, they rap.
Oh,
and they all like Alan, and they're like, yeah, they're like, can you hear this beat or whatever? And he's like, yeah, like I'll listen to it, like whatever. He's like, oh, that's hard, like that's hard. And he's like, they're like, yeah, like I want you on it. And he literally wrote and recorded a verse like within that hour, like that same thing on their track. And I was just like, that is amazing. Like, you literally work with anyone.
Yeah.
Like, and I love that.
Soul.
Like, I loved it.
Need more people like that.
It's so amazing. But that's really what, like, made me, like, be like, I need to talk to her. I need to know who she is. I need more people to know who she is. Like, because I was just like, I don't see that in the city. And, like, I only see one other girl. Her name's Maya. I went to high school with her. and she dances. But she's now getting into like pole fitness and things like that.
Oh,
so
okay.
she's not like really like
Gosh, that's
doing
a whole
like the she's like gotten into that.
So
So she's like steered away from like the hip hop thing.
okay.
And then like there was another hip hop dancer, Kyla. She went to my high school.
I love Kyla. Kyla's one of my favorite. She lives in Texas now, right?
Yes. Okay, so she love her.
Yeah.
She was a dancer. She was in the city and she danced. And then, you know, now she doesn't really dance anymore or not here. And then she's
grows
gone.
a little bit.
Yeah,
we did a show for Moonbow together. Actually, she helped me out a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, they reached out to do like a little choreography and performance. Unfortunately, I wasn't available to like shoot for the music video Hair So Wild, but that was so we did a little dance to Hair So Wild at one of their performances at Woodward, and she helped me out with that, and
That's
it was
so
really fun. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, no, I love her. She's she's a sweetie.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
so that like there's not really any dancers that I know of.
It's hard, and then everyone kind of wants to do their own thing and wants to do what they're into and wants to do, and it's like even things that are being like compensated with money and stuff, it's like they're like, oh, I'm not really into it, like I don't want to do that, and it's like, well, how do you expect, like, if this is what you say you love to do, you should be able. I'm really big on being versatile, so it's like if someone comes to me with something, it's like I can get along with anything because this is what I love to do, and I can tell this is what you love. So let's find a way to work together. I think there's a way to work with everyone. Figure it out.
And that's how you become better.
Yeah, absolutely. It's growth, but there is T. Howard has been introduced to me, and I love that she's doing a lot. She has like 2 classes a week. Definitely follow her on Instagram.
Okay, yeah.
She's teaching like 18 and up and doing a lot with adults and stuff, and her classes have really picked up. They look so much fun. I'm so sad I can't get to them because I teach every time that she teaches, but I know during the summer I'll be in there.
So would you say that you enjoy dancing more or like choreography more?
I think that dancing came to me as something that it just kind of like provided opportunity to like start to make money with and everything. So, excuse me. I've actually always looked at dancing as kind of a hobby. Because I really have a passion for music and writing. I would love to just be getting royalties from writing music and working within a label. That's kind of my end goal. But and of course producing and engineering. But I go back and forth actually. It's hard because I love the feeling that dancing gives me, but I don't always feel that I'm great at it, but then vice versa. I love choreographing. I love being able to tell a story through dance, but I still think that there's not things that I'm really great at. Like I have to work for it. And I think that the whole music thing and being able to hear music is what comes so naturally for me, that I have to kind of like, I have to work to put myself into a place to choreograph. I have to allow myself to feel. I have to allow myself to emote when I don't always want to. When I want to sometimes just be this logical person. I want to just be able to be this, business savvy person to where I can just think, like not think so much and not feel so much and not be so sensitive. And so that's the hardest thing to do. I think I choreograph more, so I've become better at choreographing than I used to be, but I'm still kind of in that split sort of area, because I definitely feel that I still have to kind of convince myself to be in that place to be able to do such things. It's a hard question to answer.
I try.
Good one.
My goal is to always, I don't want to stump you.
Yeah.
But I want you to
think.
have to
I like that. Make me think. I love it.
Because I feel like those are the questions where like my viewers and your viewers like really get to like kind of see how your brain works, really like see who you are. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love a good challenge.
Thanks. I have like maybe 1 or 2 more curveballs, and then
all right, bring it on.
See what's going on. First, before we get into curveballs, so I want to take a break and do like a quick thing that I like to do. It's just really fun. So it's an either or speed question. So I just say something like gray or black, and you just like say it.
Okay.
So whatever the first thing that comes to your head, we're gonna do 5 of them. Okay. Okay. Ready?
Cool.
Beer and wine.
Wine.
Fall or spring.
Fall.
Shoes or clothes.
What?
Shoes or clothes.
Shoes.
Lashes or brows.
Lashes.
Heels or sneakers.
Heels. Yeah.
It's okay.
I wish I was more of a sneakerhead. I really do, but like I'm like I gotta send pictures to my friends like, yo, which one? I don't know what to do. Like which one has more respect? And I don't know. But yeah.
Am I disrespecting anyone?
Heels all day. I'll wear a heel.
I
love
see,
heels.
I'm the opposite. I want to love heels. Like I have so many pairs, and I wish I could be the girl that like wears heels every single day and just like.
I think heels are like so. I mean, I guess the same with sneakers and stuff, but
yeah. So that's just something that's fun.
That's fun.
So okay, if you could use 3 words to describe yourself in 2009, what would they be?
Oh my gosh, 3 words to describe myself in 2009. Okay, I gotta think. What was it? Junior, going into senior year. I would say confused, sad, and displaced comes to mind. I never felt like I was in the right place at the right time.
Weird.
I was very confused child. I always felt that I was trying to understand something that didn't make sense to me. And I was supposed to graduate early. That was like my junior year of high school, so I was supposed to graduate early, but the paperwork didn't go through. And then I was thinking about transferring to SCPA for my senior year, but just didn't follow through with it much. So that was like a really deep, like I wore sweatpants my senior year for the first time ever. Like I always was like into style and stuff, but like I always had older friends, so majority of the friends that I hung out with were the class of 2009, and I was class of 2010, and so they all left, and I had to find a whole new group of people that I really didn't, and but I'm thankful for the people that I did end up connecting with. You know, they're a great group of friends, but it was like everyone already had their clique.
Yeah.
And I was just always that kind of outside person bouncing around. So yeah, so those things.
Yeah, okay. And then, so 3 words to describe yourself in 2019.
Oh, okay. Growing. Understanding. And determined.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Cool.
So what are you most determined to do by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, I would love to have a majority of my income being made within the music industry, whether that's coming from DJing or from engineering or from gaining those royalties. That is the end goal. I would love to finish that by the summer, to have more of that and being able to transition out of the dance realm. I think dance will always be a part of my life, but like I mentioned earlier, it always felt as kind of a hobby and just something that was there.
That you're good
It wasn't necessarily my true passion.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about dance, except for I didn't go anywhere with it like you did.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, it's fun for me. I love it.
Yeah, right.
But I don't want to like.
Yeah, I love the creativity that it allows me to have, but I would like to take that into working with more artists, into doing more music videos, and to being a creative director sort of thing, than just working at studios.
Where can people follow you on social media? Where can people find you?
Instagram at ThinkSavvy. that's where I do most of my stuff. So I'm on Twitter at ThinkSavvy as well, but that's just like random thoughts and retweets. I basically stay on Twitter to stay in touch with my LA friends. Shout out to Barnesy and LJ.
Do you do like private lessons? Like, do
Oh,
you
yeah.
do like, things like that?
Yeah, I definitely do private lessons. You can message me on Instagram if you want to get involved, or you can email me. Email me if you want studio time as well, because I work with KL Studios, so that's another thing that I do. Yeah, I'm in operations there right now, but interning as an engineer, so I'm just trying to learn as much as I can with that. So shout out to Kickley. He is really a forerunner in the music industry in the city of Cincinnati and just has helped people so much. If you want to be a part of the Cincinnati Music Accelerator, you can email me sav@klstudiosinc.com, and I can get you studio time. Your first time in there, $35 an hour.
Nice.
I know, it's like so reasonable.
I love that.
It's so reasonable. And super talented engineer Roberto, and Kick does some stuff as well. But Roberto does much of the work, and he is, you know, for how young he is, he really does have an ear for all of this. So yeah, if you want to be a part of CMA as well, I was a student there, and it just really helped me come up with a lot of questions that I would have never thought of to ask myself as an artist. It helped a lot with like helping to brand myself and just push forward with the things that I wanted to do. So you can email me there or message me on Instagram, and yeah, we'll work out some private lessons. And especially artists, I would love to work more with the artists of Cincinnati and just help with their movement. I think that, you know, I always say everyone can dance, just some people can dance better than others.
Exactly.
So it just takes a little bit of practice and a little confidence to move within your own body.
No, that's amazing. So that's all the time that we have for you guys today. Make sure to follow her, make sure to book her for everything, DJing, dancing, teaching, anything. Book her.
Yeah, I got you.
Make sure you're at that event.
Yes.
Until next time, guys, peace, love, and hip hop.
Thanks. Bye.